As the crisis in Venezuela continues to unfold, the self-proclaimed President Juan Guaido is calling on the Venezuelan military to turn on President Nicolas Maduro. RT's Rachel Blevins is bringing us the latest.
Opposition leader Juan Guaido made his return to Venezuela on Monday, but instead of focusing on the fact that he was not arrested by the government of Nicolas Maduro, some U.S. lawmakers are attempting to bring one of their favorite topics back into the mix: Russian collusion. Senator Marco Rubio claimed that Russia is intentionally undermining what he called the constitutional basis for Guaido's interim presidency by describing him as the self-proclaimed president of Venezuela. Rubio then noted that CNN does the same and suggested that it may be the basis for #Russian collusion. Now, while Rubio did not provide any other evidence of ties between the two, it should be noted that Guaido's return to Venezuela lacked the dramatic arrest that was predicted after he intentionally violated a court-imposed travel ban. Instead, he received a hero's welcome in Caracas. The self-proclaimed leader landed at the country's major airport on Monday. He was greeted by a crowd of supporters who embraced him, took cell phone pictures, and chanted "Yes, we can" in Spanish. As Guaido made his way through the crowd, a group made up of ambassadors from several supporting countries such as Germany, France, and Spain formed a human shield around the opposition leader as he moved through the airport. And despite warning that he would be arrested for breaking a travel ban imposed by Venezuela's Supreme Court, the government did not interfere with Guaido as he traveled to a rally where he addressed supporters and called for the country's armed forces to turn on President Nicolas Maduro.
There is never again space for division until we reach our objectives. Not only free elections, but also democracy forever, prosperity for our people, and the armed forces. What are you waiting for? You have seen how 700 or more than 700 officials are on the side of the Constitution.
One day after U.S. officials publicly threatened anyone who interfered with Guaido's return, Russia is now sending out a warning of its own against anyone who attacks Russian investments in Venezuela. The Russian ambassador in Caracas noted that all of Moscow's investment projects have passed checks by the Venezuelan government based on international laws and are therefore under their protection. He warned that any attempts to take away what was invested by Russian firms in the country's economy would be met with a tough response. While Guaido has claimed Cuba has a hold on Venezuela's military, and U.S. National Security Advisor John Bolton underscored that claim by saying that 25,000 Cuban troops are currently in Venezuela. On top of that, on Monday, the Trump administration announced new economic sanctions against Cuba over the island nation's alleged role in supporting the Maduro government. Cuba is now firing back at the U.S. Cuba's foreign secretary accused the U.S. of interfering in Venezuela by calling for a coalition to oust the country's elected president. He claimed that Bolton is the perfect advocate for the U.S. government because it is, quote, famous for resorting to lies. So while Maduro has chosen to lay low despite all of the fanfare surrounding Guaido's return, the opposition leader has continued to call on his supporters to rally against the elected president. And it remains to be seen how the government and the military will respond with another mass demonstration planned for this Saturday. In Washington, Rachel Blevins, RT.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.